I talked about humanizing your practice with social. We talked about giving campaigns. Now I'm going to talk about winter specific promotionals.
Yeah, let's go. We came a long way. That's what the song say. And I could do all things. I could do all things. Yeah, I could do all things. Yeah. We came a long way. That's what the song say. And I could do all things.
So at this time of year, a lot of the commercials are geared toward Black Friday. So if you haven't turned on the TV yet, or if you do turn on the TV, you'll see a lot of commercials about promotions around Black Friday. And even though you're not a traditional retail, or you may not be a retail in terms of selling product or something tangible, you can certainly take advantage of these winter promotionals by having your dental practice positioned in such a way that you can give back to the community or solicit some sort of response from the community. These campaigns are great because they allow you to quickly generate some notoriety for your practice. Whereas historically, because those things aren't happening, like imagine it's like in the middle of summer, you're trying to do a promotion and it takes a lot of effort. People are looking for these campaigns. So what I mean by these campaigns in terms of promotions. So we just passed Halloween. Halloween is great in terms of trick or treat and toys, but on the other side of that, we have troops that are away. A lot of practices, what they do in this time of year is they do a collection or a candy collection, and they put together these boxes and send out care packages to our troops. That is great. That does fellowship. It first of all, it takes a lot of those candies out of those kids' mouths because you want to make sure that they have happy and healthy teeth. But also in terms of giving the stuff like that to our troops, it also builds morale with our troops. So that is an amazing thing that you could do, and it helps out all around. Again, it's about community. It's about festiveness on this time of year. Family time is also hugely important. So in terms of your promotions that you're doing, promote Thanksgiving, promote those events. You can have a turkey giveaway. You can have an event that is centered around family. You can have a meal sponsored by your practice, whatever it happens to be. And then on top of that, we also have these religious holidays. So a lot of the religious holidays are happening around this time of year. That is an amazing time, again, to connect with your community, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. We're about making our communities a better place. And what better way to do that than arm in arm, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder with our neighbors. Another promotion that you can talk about, flexible spending. Flexible spending, I think there's a lot of bad promotions around flexible spending. We hear that phrase, use it or lose it. But it really, at this point, because people say use it or lose it so many times, I think it's falling on deaf ears. So I think it's better in terms of your promotion if you repackage that flexible spending approach. So instead of saying use it or lose it, we can position it as this time of year, we have college students coming back for the holidays. You can position it as, is your child, if your son or daughter coming back for the holidays, have them stop by for some of that expensive treatment that they didn't get. That is super important. A lot of practices don't talk about it from the human perspective. Use it or lose it means nothing. But if I have a child that's coming back for the holidays that needs a tooth extracted and that needs a wisdom tooth pulled, that wasn't an issue when they were 17, but now they're 18 or 19, let's take care of that surgery. Or if they need a root canal, or if they need braces, if they found out that there's something going on with their mouth, all of these situations are great opportunities for you to promote, once again, family and holidays, so they can take care of that. Also, this time of year, it's time of year where there are winter graduations. A lot of times children are at this time of year, it really depends, but they'll roll off of their parents' insurance and go onto their new jobs insurance. That can be a challenge for that young person because they may have that can be a challenge for that young person because they may not have the seniority or the stats to have that full-fledged benefits package that their new job offers. And maybe they put off that dental service and maybe it becomes a bigger issue down the line. Whereas if they had just taken that Thanksgiving holiday to do that surgery or that procedure, that they could have had a much better opportunity. So that way you as their parent and their guardian would be able to take care of those as part of your insurance. So that's something that's super important. It's relevant for the community. It's relevant for your family, and it's relevant for your practice. So keep stuff like that in mind. Don't just say use it or lose it. Put a human connection to that. And then in terms of another winter specific promotion. So a lot of times the marketing stuff falls off by the end of the year. And it's because dental practices are not marketing agencies, and they kind of, this is a whole nother conversation, but they kind of like do it as it comes. And typically when you hit around November, December, they haven't made any attempt to put together content for January. So January tends to be a lost month in terms of marketing. So we actually put a ton of money, just to tell you guys, we put a ton of money behind ads to market on January 1, because a lot of practices are not doing it. We get lower rates and we get further reach. So just a tip for you guys right there. January 1 is great for marketing. That first 2 weeks of the year, everybody's scrambling to get ready for the new year. And then they miss that promotion around the new year. So that promotion around the new year is going to be talking about a new year, a new you, that whole push about resolutions, that all that stuff. You have to build that in November and December. What that does is allows you as a dental practitioner or dental practice owner to capitalize on all of the marketing and investment that the gyms have put out there. So there's a lot of gyms investing money in terms of working out and fixing your body, the external and the internal, but nobody's talking about fixing your teeth. And when we talk about fixing teeth, there's a lot of great things happening for people for the new year. So people could be starting new jobs. That's your smile is your first handshake. So that new job or looking for new jobs, a lot of people are holding off for looking for new jobs because they want to get that winter holiday bonus. Well, this is a great opportunity for you to promote that. Also, in terms of flexible spending, going back to that, people's benefits renew, and maybe there's an expensive surgery or procedure that they couldn't afford because their benefits expired. Well, now they have fresh benefits and they can utilize your practice because they saw you in that promotional. So it's super important to start thinking about that New Year stuff now, as opposed to waiting till New Year's. And by then it's too late. You've missed the window of opportunity to promote that. And then what can you promote in terms of those things? So like I mentioned, the student coming home for the holidays, the student graduation, you can talk about cavities. A lot of students deal with cavities. They're adults, but they're not adults. So they're not going to have the greatest of oral hygiene at this point. You can talk about oral inspections. You can talk about cracked teeth. People are doing weird stuff with their teeth. Teeth are not tools. That's why our podcast is named Teeth Are Not Tools. Open up bottles, and you can imagine what people are doing with their teeth. And you can also talk about, like I mentioned before, wisdom tooth inspections. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts, your comments. Put them in the comments below. Again, if you have the opportunity, do that thing, smash that like button. All right, guys, I'll see you all next video.
Yeah, we came a long way. That's what the song say, and I can do all things.